On this day in history, October 19th, the Universität Heidelberg holds its first lecture on October 19th, 1386. This event marked the founding of the University of Heidelberg, which is the oldest university in Germany. It played a significant role in the intellectual and cultural development of Europe during the Renaissance and continues to be a leading research university today. The 13 Years' War between Poland and the Teutonic Order ends with the Second Treaty of Thorn on October 19, 1466. This treaty concluded a long conflict between the Kingdom of Poland and the Teutonic Knights, significantly weakening the Teutonic Order and transferring much of their territory to Polish control, including the cities of Danzig, Gdansk, and Marienburg, Malbork. Ferdinand II of Aragon marries Isabella I of Castile on October 19, 1469. This union paved the way for the eventual unification of Spain under their grandson Charles I, who became the first king of a unified Spain. Together, Ferdinand and Isabella are known for sponsoring Christopher Columbus's voyages and for initiating the Spanish Inquisition. Martin Luther becomes a doctor of theology on October 19, 1512. After earning his doctorate at the University of Wittenberg, Luther began teaching theology. His academic work, along with his later criticisms of the Catholic Church, most notably the 95 Theses in 1517, became the foundation of the Protestant Reformation. John Jay is sworn in as the first Chief Justice of the United States on October 19, 1789. Jay played a crucial role in shaping the early U.S. judicial system. As Chief Justice, he helped establish important legal precedents and negotiated the Jay Treaty with Britain, which averted war and settled outstanding issues between the two nations. Napoleon begins his retreat from Moscow on October 19, 1812. After a disastrous attempt to conquer Russia, Napoleon's army was decimated by cold, starvation, and Russian resistance. His retreat marked the beginning of the end for Napoleon's empire and led to his eventual defeat in 1815. Napoleon is forced to retreat from Germany after the Battle of Leipzig on 1815, October 19, 1813. Known as the Battle of the Nations, it was one of the largest battles in European history, involving forces from Russia, Prussia, Austria, and Sweden against Napoleon's army. Napoleon's defeat led to his withdrawal from Germany and marked a turning point in the Napoleonic Wars. Austria cedes Veneto and Mantua to France, which awards them to Italy under the Treaty of Vienna on October 19, 1866. This agreement helped complete Italy's unification, while Italy's earlier acquiescence allowed France to annex Savoy and Nice. This was a significant step in the Italian Risorgimento, the movement for Italian unification. Max Planck discovers Planck's law of blackbody radiation on October 19, 1900. This breakthrough laid the groundwork for quantum theory, revolutionizing physics by introducing the concept that energy is quantized. Planck's work earned him a Nobel Prize and remains fundamental to our understanding of atomic and subatomic processes. The First Battle of Ypres begins on October 19, 1914. This battle, fought in Belgium, marked the beginning of the long and brutal trench warfare on the Western Front. It was a crucial part of the race to the sea, as both Allied and German forces tried to outflank each other. Streptomycin, the first antibiotic remedy for tuberculosis, is isolated by researchers at Rutgers University on October 19, 1943. Streptomycin became a major medical breakthrough in the treatment of tuberculosis, a deadly disease that was previously difficult to treat. Its discovery marked a key development in antibiotic therapy. Iran becomes the first country to accept U.S. technical assistance under the Point 4 program on October 19, 1950. This program, launched by President Harry S. Truman, aimed to provide economic and technical aid to developing countries to improve their agriculture, industry, and healthcare. As part of U.S. Cold War strategy, Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451 is published on October 19, 1953. This dystopian novel about a future society where books are banned became a classic of American literature, exploring themes of censorship, mass media, and the consequences of suppressing intellectual freedom. The General Assembly of the European Broadcasting Union approves the staging of the first Eurovision Song Contest on October 19, 1955. Eurovision would go on to become one of the longest-running and most-watched international music competitions, fostering European cultural exchange through music. The U.S. imposes a near-total trade embargo against Cuba on October 19, 1960. The embargo was a response to Fidel Castro's government nationalizing American-owned businesses and aligning with the Soviet Union. The embargo has remained in place in various forms for decades, affecting U.S.-Cuba relations. President Richard Nixon rejects an appeals court decision to turn over the Watergate tapes on October 19, 1973. This refusal was part of the escalating Watergate scandal, which ultimately led to Nixon's resignation in 1974. The tapes contained evidence of Nixon's involvement in the cover-up of a break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters. The U.S. Navy conducts Operation Nimble Archer, attacking 2 Iranian oil platforms on October 19, 1987. This was a retaliatory strike during the Iran-Iraq War after an Iranian missile struck a Kuwaiti oil tanker. The operation highlighted the tense military confrontations in the Persian Gulf during this period. The Dow Jones Industrial Average falls by 22%, or 508 points, on October 19, 1987, in what became known as Black Monday. It was the largest one-day percentage drop in the stock market's history, sending shockwaves through the global financial system and raising fears of another Great Depression. The British government imposes a broadcasting ban on interviews with members of Sinn Féin and paramilitary groups on October 19, 1988. This censorship was intended to curb the spread of propaganda by Irish Republican and Loyalist groups during the Troubles, but it faced significant criticism for limiting press freedom. Mother Teresa is beatified by Pope John Paul II on October 19, 2003. This event marked an important step toward sainthood for the Catholic nun, known for her work with the poor in Calcutta. Her beatification was part of a larger celebration of her life's work as a humanitarian and missionary. Saddam Hussein goes on trial in Baghdad for crimes against humanity on October 19, 2005. This trial, focused on the killing of 148 Iraqi Shiites in 1982, was a major moment in the aftermath of the Iraq War and Saddam's removal from power. He was later convicted and executed in 2006. Hurricane Wilma becomes the most intense Atlantic hurricane on record on October 19, 2005. Wilma reached a minimum pressure of 882 millibars, breaking previous records for Atlantic hurricanes. It caused widespread damage in the Caribbean, Mexico, and the U.S. Gulf Coast, particularly in Florida. The UK Parliament meets on a Saturday for the first time since the Falklands War on October 19, 2019, to discuss the Brexit deal. This rare Saturday sitting reflected the high stakes and urgency of the Brexit negotiations as the UK government sought approval for a deal to leave the European Union. We appreciate you watching. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you again in the next one.